Welcome in as we break down the team needs of the Miami Dolphins. Certainly quarterback as they're rebuilding this roster, receiver, guard, cornerback standout. Look, major organizational decisions. They've got a young general manager who I known since he was a 8-year-old kid that has grown up in the business, and he's got a tough job to do. New head coach. We'll see how this goes. I think this team needs to get tougher. They are going to move on from Tua. Tyreek Hill is already gone. Look, I think that the injury factor is going to be a problem with Tua throughout his career. They've got a large salary cap hit. This is going to be a problem, but they've got to, I think, get to be a more well-rounded team, a tougher team if they're going to have a next step. They look like, at times last year, the worst team in the league. Not for the entire league, but not for the entire year, but they look that bad at times. There are holes all over the roster, starting at quarterback. And Tua can't be relied upon. He was benched twice. And just a colossal mistake by the previous administration giving him that contract. He can't be counted on. Can't play too much. He struggles against press coverage. I just don't think that he's the type of guy that anticipates well enough, sees the field well enough, and he certainly struggles when he takes a hit. And I think he's absolutely gun shy, and I don't blame him as much as he's been hit and as much as he's struggled injury-wise. So I wish him well. It's going to be somewhere else. The Dolphins need two guards. Some of the worst guard play in the league last year. Two upgrades are needed. It was probably the worst guard combination in the league that I studied on film last year. They need two edge rushers. They had one of the worst pass rushers in the NFL last year, and that was even when Jalen Phillips was on the team. Two new edge rushers are needed. So two pivotal positions along the line of scrimmage, along with quarterback, needs to be upgraded. We'll see where we're going with this. Three corners. Corner was a huge problem last year. Outside of Rasul Douglas, and now Douglas is entering free agency, as is Kadur Kanu, who is out all of 2025. If both lead, they're going to need three corners. Right tackle, another position on the offensive line, in addition to the guard spots, must be upgraded. Austin Jackson is not cutting it. Defensively, Zach Seller is a stud. Kenneth Grant has some promise. They need a third defensive lineman to go with those two. They're not good enough up front, depth-wise. They need a new safety to play alongside Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's another kicker and punter situation. Riley Patterson missed only 2 field goals last year. His contract is set to expire. They should re-sign him. Jake Bailey is also an impending free agent punter. Something they need to look at and fortify. Lots of improvements needed with this Dolphins team. They're not that close. But as we saw with a great offseason with New England, you can get significantly better quickly. The difference is New England had their quarterback. Miami does not. They're a ways away. A reminder again, hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss any of our content as we break down all the teams in the league. We certainly appreciate you joining us. Liking and sharing, providing feedback is certainly a way to help us grow. Hitting the subscribe button is free, but it helps us grow. So we appreciate you being with us and joining us.